Democrats focused on impeachment, President Trump is busy remaking America's courts, including California's notoriously liberal Ninth Circuit.
His latest two confirmations giving Democrat-appointed judges just a 3-seat majority compared to the 11 they had at the start of his presidency.
Wow. Here to weigh in on the long-term impact the appointments could have is Turning Point USA founder, author of the upcoming book, The MAGA Doctrine, Charlie Kirk. Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning. Thank you.
Talk about the impact this president has had.
This is transformational. Look, the joke kind of goes that if you want to overturn anything when it comes to Donald Trump, go to the Ninth Circuit. I mean, whether it be the travel ban, whether it be anything in regards to immigration. And now President Trump is making long-term, durable change to the Ninth Circuit and all circuit court judges across the country for the better. And this is not a conservative or liberal issue. This is just interpretation of the Constitution and the rule of law. 1 out of every 4 circuit court judges in America is now a Trump appointee. So while Nancy Pelosi has been focused on this sham impeachment, Mitch McConnell and President Trump have been appointing and confirming judges. 20, 30, 40 years from now, some of these judges will still be serving, interpreting the rule of law, being fair judges, and that is the kind of change that America voted for in 2016.
Charlie, you mentioned 1 in 4. Let us just show you the numbers, okay? So in just the last year, 102 federal judges confirmed in 2019, 184 total under President Trump's administration. My question to you is, when you look at things like the booming economy and other gains within this administration, will these judges really be one of the top legacies?
Absolutely, and not to mention Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. President Trump ran on a list of judges for the Supreme Court, and he ran on originalist judges, and this is something that he has courageously fulfilled on. I mean, President Obama had an amazing amount of vacancies, and President Trump every single day has been working with Mitch McConnell to confirm these judges. And remember, in 2016, especially in some of the Midwestern states, you had value voters that came out in record numbers, fearful of the gun-grabbing, anti-Christian agenda that Hillary Clinton was touting when she called people like myself deplorables in flyover country. And these sort of judges that are now being installed in the Ninth Circuit, this is unbelievable. This is something that 5 or 6 years ago, conservatives would never have imagined having a more increased presence. And now you are not going to be able to see liberals do what's called venue picking, where they're able just to pick what venue in the country is going to suit them the best. Justice should be blind, and thanks to President Trump, we're finally going to be able to uphold the rule of law.
Yeah, Charlie, you've heard a lot about impartiality and fairness, and it seems like the Ninth Circuit is getting more of a balance here when it comes to having more liberal and conservative justices. But talk about that significance a little bit more, because the Ninth Circuit is notoriously overturned. They have a lot of overturns by the Supreme Court. Talk about how important that is for President Trump's agenda in terms of immigration or just smaller government in general.
Well, exactly right, Katie, and you've been following this immigration issue for years, and you're from out west, and you know that the Ninth Circuit, unfortunately, has become so politicized. And this is one of the institutions in our country that the left thought they would be able to take over with the election of Hillary Clinton, and President Trump totally disrupted that. They thought they would be able to take over our courts to be able to get whatever judgment they want whenever they wanted to get it. And they've been using the Ninth Circuit as a political weapon against President Trump at every single turn. And now we're finally going to have impartiality. Even if a judge hates President Trump, they should be judging blind. And that is what President Trump's able to do. This is one of the most long-lasting and important legacies of the Trump presidency.
All right, Charlie. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.